I competed in Miss USA last night and Texas won. But a little suspect when the sponsor posted a video of her at their resort less than 24 hours after she was crowned. And upon further research, if you go on their Instagram story, they have a highlight video of her getting a treatment there 9 weeks ago. The competition was last night and she was already receiving her prize package as Miss USA 9 weeks ago.
I have been in pageantry for a little over 10 years now. I've seen all kinds of crowning moments. I've been a part of crowning moments, but something about this one was a little bit off to me.
Lord have mercy. Everybody is getting caught cheating these days. I mean, Lord. What is going on, y'all? For real. For real. Okay, what is going on? Another cheating scandal. Another one. And this time, as they all are, it's major. Okay, guys, this is breaking news. I just have to say, okay? I was up at 4 in the morning. Don't ask me why. I think I heard the bat call, and guess what? I answered, all right? The pageant queens were crying out for me, and I answered. Okay, I will answer every time. So there's some drama going on, okay? Pageant queens who are currently representing Miss USA organization are speaking out and claiming that something is fishy about the Miss USA winner, okay, and how it all went down. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. I know that there's been cheating scandals and stuff with the pageants and stuff before, but this is really, really unusual, and a lot of stuff is happening where people are walking off stage, people are breaking breaking protocol. There's been some posts that have come out, some suspicious things that are happening, and I'm just gonna give you the details of it, that as far as we know, and as far as they're coming in, because it's like so new. But I just wanna say really quick, don't shoot the messenger. I'm not saying anybody's cheating. I'm just giving you the goss. I mean, I have no opinion. I've got an opinion. But anyway, okay, so I'm just gonna tell you, like, if it's something is suspicious, I will say, like, obviously this is suspicious. So if you did not know, there is a new Miss USA who has just been crowned, and the winner is Miss Texas, and her name is Arbany Gabriel. And to my understanding, she's half Filipino, half American. She's a fashion designer, and she's only been competing for 2 years. Okay, a little suspicious. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, most of the time, and to my understanding of pageants is kind of, you know, it's like toddlers and tiaras. Of course, does it always have to follow that same pattern, like you're born and bred for this? Not really, but that is sort of kind of what happens. You do pageants for many, 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 many years, okay? So it is very unusual that somebody would only be doing it for 2 years. Literally just this year, she was crowned Miss Texas, and then she goes on to win Miss USA. Like, that alone, is that enough to accuse her of any foul play or the organization of any foul play? Absolutely not. I just want to say off the bat, she's got a ton of great credentials. She's a wonderful fashion designer, probably a wonderful person, obviously very qualified amongst also many qualified women, which kind of makes the whole reaction very strange, because being Miss USA is like almost the pinnacle. I mean, winning Miss Universe would obviously be like the step up from that, but winning Miss USA for a pageant girl is like, that's it, all right? It doesn't get much better than that, right? And what makes it so crazy is that you are competing against not only 50 women, because it's the 50 states, but when you're competing against these women are insane. I've said this before, pageant queens are our strongest soldiers that we've got. They're overpowered, okay? If we want to talk gaming terms, they're overpowered. They're the final boss. I mean, really, they will out PR you, they will out everything you, and they're polished. They've got everything. These people are attorneys, these people are accountants, these people are mathematicians, scientists, like, I don't know, they have so many credentials. They're philanthropists, everything about them. So to win this is humongous, right? So when Miss USA, Miss Texas, won this year, many people felt that the reaction to such an amazing feat was maybe a little bit lackluster. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm one of those people. All right, I'm one of those people. It was odd. Let's take a look, shall we? Let's just take a look. And you guys can make your own determinations.
Hi, hey everyone, this is me editing
Yeah, so I posted the clip, but I guess I just didn't even realize that it would be copyright claim. I didn't think that they would, but it got copyright claim. So it was just on the crowning portions, of course, like the reaction portion, which was, the most important part. But I linked down below if you want to watch like the actual full reaction, or you could just kind of just take my word for it. Basically, it gets down to the two of them. They find out who the winner is, kind of no reaction. Like, if you look at the picture, the former Miss USA 2021 was way more excited. And it was just kind of like, where's the, oh my God, that reaction. So just, sorry. I know, it's annoying. I know, trust me. But I had to cut it out because it was copyright claim. So, sorry. Now, a lot of people are speculating that her reaction maybe wasn't so over the top and theatrical. She didn't seem very shocked or surprised because maybe she knew she was gonna win. There are a couple things that might indicate that. We will get into that. But I just want to show you because there's a really great TikTok, and I learned all of this stuff from Call Me Jazz Zero. She's in the pageant world. She does pageantry. She totally knows more than I do about all of this stuff. So she was the one that I saw originally her TikTok of this. And she did a great TikTok video where she showed past reactions compared to this reaction. So I want to show that right now. So let's watch that one really quick.
And I'm going to kind of show you some examples of crowning moments that you feel and that the girls behind that were not crowned really wanted her to win or really respected and appreciate her winning moment. So let's see. But first, the general public might not know this, but as a pageant girl and any other pageant girls can agree, whenever someone wins, the first thing you do is watch to see how the girls behind react. And then you'll know. Okay, look. All the girls behind are still there. She turns around. They sprint to her, hugging her.
So that didn't really happen here.
2022's crowning moment was a little bit off. Something was just a little bit sketch about it. Okay, another example. Girls are still on stage. She turns around. Girls come and hug her and congratulate her. You can see right here, they're still on stage, coming to hug her. And even again, Teen USA 22's crowning moment. Girls stayed on stage, ran and hugged her, and you can tell that they're excited. Now let's take a look at Miss USA's 2022 crowning moment in comparison to all of those ones that we just saw. In this moment on the TV show, girls were starting to exit the stage. Girls are leaving the stage. No one comes and hugs her but the host. Like I said, before she even got halfway down the runway after her crowning moment, contestants behind her were exiting the stage. Any pageant you've ever been in, the production manager tells you stay on stage until she's done. You stand there and you clap. In the background, I think girls were literally clapping like this. And like I said, they started to exit the stage before she even turned around for her congratulatory hug from other contestants. Let's go back and kind of see it again. Girls are walking off the stage. You can see that no one congratulates her but the host. So, in my pageantry opinion, something was off about that. Either the girls were not happy, something sketch was kind of going on, but in my 10 years of pageantry, I've never seen contestants walk off the stage and not congratulate the girl that's won. That is a big tell-all of either her character or just something, I don't know, something was off. And it's obvious because, like I said, I've never seen other contestants, all of them, walk off stage before she even turns around after her winning crowning walk.
So you heard it right there, but she said she's never seen the other contestants walk off the stage. And she showed, if you noticed, the Miss Teen USA, the last clip that she showed where all the girls were running to her, that was this year. It's Miss Teen USA 2022. So this was Miss USA 2022. And everybody walked off stage. So, some people were kind of saying well, maybe the protocols changed because of COVID. You can't shake hands or whatever. Even 2021, everybody's hugging, good job, saying good job, running to each other. There's no masks, so nothing's changed, I would say, on that front. And that's been confirmed by a couple of people that there's just not, like, those protocols are not really in place anymore. So that's not what's going on here. These girls have fully walked off the stage. They're done. Many of them have spoken out, and we will get into that in a second. But I just thought that was really interesting. And once again, it's like that has never happened before. And coupled with the weird reaction, coupled with the only doing it for a couple of years, and everybody's walking off stage, and then everybody's coming out. I mean, something's up. Call Me Jazz did another video that I thought was really good, and she compared the reactions of other people to this reaction, so I feel like we should watch that really quick. All right, ready?
This comment I love. Let's do it. First, for comparison, we are going to look at past Miss USA and Miss Teen USA winner reactions. And then we're going to circle back around and see what her reaction was to winning. Okay, Elle's reaction.
This is Miss 2021 USA.
She's shocked, she's surprised. The tears are flowing. The girls in the background are happy and clapping. Smiles. Everyone's staying on stage. She looks shocked.
2020 is
Another reaction video
Mississippi.
from 2020.
2020.
During COVID, obviously, because of the mask and stuff. Genuine shock. Like, genuine shock. Tears. Girls are still staying put in their spots. Other contestants haven't walked off yet. Another reaction moment. Miss USA crowning moment.
Oklahoma.
She says thank you, and the other girl says thank you to her as well, or congratulations. She says thank you. Pure, energetic, like happiness, shocked. That her name is called. Girls are still staying on stage. Team USA 22.
This is 2022 Team USA.
Like, the crowd is going wild. The girls in the background are up and down. The reaction is everything. Shock.
Congratulations.
Excitement. Just like obvious shock. And her reaction.
So yeah, a little bit interesting and odd, right? I mean, let's not beat around the bush. It's weird. Okay, especially in comparison to those other ones you saw. This is definitely a departure from those reactions. So obviously there's some fishiness happening. To play devil's advocate here, because as Call Me Jazz said as well, she's totally entitled to have a lackluster reaction. I mean, she doesn't have to do this over-the-top theatrical reaction. And, you know, also to her credit, I mean, she's not been doing pageants that long. Maybe she just does what she wants to do. Maybe she's completely, like, does her own thing, and maybe that's why she won, right? So she, you know, this is not to take anything away from her or to police people's reactions, like they have to react a certain way. But I think people sometimes expect great, huge reactions because it is such a long process and they do know what it means, usually to everybody else. So anyway, we would probably all move on with our lives had it just been a strange reaction and everybody left stage. We probably just all would have moved on. But in a turn of events, many of the Miss USA 2022 contestants are now speaking out on their personal Instagrams and on their actual Miss USA pages, and they're calling into question the integrity of the Miss USA competition. And what I like to see is not a lot of them are really focusing their energy on Albany, because no one really knows for sure, and I feel like that would be irresponsible to make an accusation against Albany because we don't know what she knows and how much she was involved in all of this, if there even was anything in the first place. But they are calling into question something is not right here, which is completely unprecedented. I mean, these women, they are still under the Miss USA organization. They're still representing the organization, and they probably wouldn't want to do anything to jeopardize that, of course. This is really shocking, all right? This is really shocking. So let's watch this video again by Call Me Jazz. So Heather Lee O'Keefe, who is Miss Montana USA, was one of the first ones to speak out against this on her personal Instagram, and since then she's gone private, so I can't see what she got, but Call Me Jazz got the screenshots before she went private. So let's just watch this video and see what she says.
Yes, a few of them have. Miss Montana USA, who just competed last night at Miss USA 2022, has taken to her Instagram story to speak out about some fishiness that she saw or some things that she did not agree with. So let's dive into that. Okay, this is Miss Montana USA's page, and let's see what she posted on her Instagram story last night after crowning. First, she said Miss USA was crowned less than 24 hours ago, yet she already got her sponsored vacation to whatever resort. Are you kidding me? I was giving y'all the benefit of the doubt, but this is just embarrassing at this point.
So I want to explain this one really quick because this is really important, and this is one of the probably strongest pieces of evidence that we have to any foul play. Either this was a predetermined winner or this girl was hand selected and maybe things were unfair. Okay, so one of the sponsors of the Miss USA pageant is, I guess, this Nizuc, I don't know if you call it Nizuc or just Nizuc resort, okay? And they also happen to work with like a cosmetic company, and it's like a spa resort. So one of the other sponsors is called Mia, and they also work with this particular resort. And when somebody wins Miss USA, they get a big package of things. You know, it's like when you win America's Next Top Model, like you get a contract and $100,000 of Maybelline and, you know, all of that stuff. So there's a prize package. And in this prize package, there is like $10,000 worth of cosmetic procedures that you can get from this Mia cosmetic company, cosmetic surgeons, whoever it is. And they also are partnered up with this Nizuc resort. Now, what's interesting about this, first of all, I just have to say that I find it very distasteful. You win cosmetic surgery when you win Miss USA. I mean, think about the message that that sends. That's like having liposuction be in the prize package of America's Next Top Model competition. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting, and it sends the wrong message of you need to change yourself. That has nothing to do with what these women are trying to push forward, women empowerment. I mean, what are you doing? Seriously. So back to this resort situation. So literally, like the night that she won, this resort posted a video, a pre-filmed video, edited and everything, of Miss Texas, Arbany Gabriel, at the resort, you know, saying congratulations, Miss USA 2022, Arbany. And she's walking through the resort, she's getting facials. Here's what's really crazy about that. First of all, one of the big pageant accounts on Instagram, it's called Miss USA Fans, they posted, and this is, I'm just gonna read this from their Instagram post. It says, unless the above promotional video released this morning by one of the pageant's major sponsors, Nizuc Resort, based in Cancun, was shot at the crack of dawn this morning in Mexico, my antenna goes up, and clearly so does that of many Miss USA 2022 contestants speaking out in frustration today. Let me make this clear, this isn't about Arbany, who I still maintain won on her own merits, even though it's become abundantly clear the organization wasn't shy of pushing her forward, okay? This is about 2 years in a row now where our Miss USA contestants have had issues with the pageant. This is about ethics and values and the very survival of our program. You can't masquerade it with a flashy opening number. Miss USA used to be a magical experience for these women, and now they walk away feeling exploited. And it also goes on to say, this is important to anyone attempting to reframe this as an attack on our fabulous new winner. You're part of the problem. Her feet shouldn't be held to the fire here. Anyone attempting to silence or attack our Miss USA contestants for speaking their truth will get blocked. These women spend a fortune on the system, a fortune. They can sing like a canary, and anyone who truly values women empowerment will support them. This is what's really crazy. So everybody's like, how was this video filmed in the first place? If they didn't know she was gonna win, it makes it look very, very suspicious. And what's even more suspicious is apparently all of the contestants get to go on a sponsored vacation to this particular Cancun resort, right? So they all went on this except for 2 contestants. Miss Colorado and Miss Texas did not go to this resort, okay, with all the other 50 girls. Here's the thing, Miss Colorado, as it seems, did not get any special treatment beyond this, but for some reason, Miss Texas was there in August filming for this privately. Why? Everybody has to ask, why was she there filming for this alone by herself before any crowning, any situation like that? It seems very inappropriate from an outsider looking in, and to apparently to a lot of the other contestants as well. So it definitely seems unfair. Okay, so that was like the first thing that I wanted to point out and just kind of explain to you that Miss Montana is talking about in her post.
Again, I don't know everything behind it. I've never been a Miss USA contestant, so I don't know if this is normal, or it seems to me like they usually don't get a retreat to themselves literally the day after less than 24 hours of being crowned Miss USA. Then she goes on to say the fact that the outgoing Miss USA was more excited than the newly crowned Miss USA speaks volumes.
So she's talking about how the previous Miss USA seemed to be more excited than the current one, which was odd, you know.
She said she had the absolute time of her life, but that they already knew that she was going to win before it even started.
So that's interesting. So she's saying that there are people, like the contestants knew already who was gonna win. Okay, so that's not a good look for Miss USA competition.
And so did she. I'm just being the messenger, y'all, so don't attack me. This is not my personal opinion. I'm literally just reporting on observations and obviously stories from other contestants and what I personally witnessed on live TV.
So those were some of the posts that she found from people speaking out, but there are many, many more. So let's go over the other people who have now spoken out as well. So now enter Holly Haynes, who is Miss Georgia USA 2022. And she is going off on her personal Instagram account. So let's go through those posts right now. So she posted kind of like a uncomfortable face and reposted the same post I was talking about from the resort that got released of the morning after she won. Everybody is like, what is up with this freaking video of her at the resort? And then she said, for those who don't understand why I shared that every contestant except for Texas and Colorado went on a sponsored trip to Nizuc together because they hadn't been crowned yet. Not even 24 hours after she was crowned, we see video footage of her having a lavish solo vacay and commercial for Nizuc. Lexi Glover, who's Miss Colorado, I hope you got something, anything, love you boo, because she didn't get to go. So she's saying, I hope that you also got something because this girl got a lavish solo vacation and a little photo shoot, commercial. So it says, love you boo, this is not right. I will not sit by and not say anything about this. Then she said, there's so many things I will share about this experience, but for now I'm going to rest and spend time with my incredible fans and family, friends and family. Seriously, I don't know what I would do without them. Something has to change. She reposted Miss USA fans and said, keep speaking up. This is the way we change this unfairness. And another person that posted the Nizuc resort video and said, oh my god, I love that she was able to make it down to Nizuc even though she was crowned after our retreat. Super sweet, she was able to film a commercial there too. Looks like it was a great time. Lexi Glover, hope you get to do the same, girl, since you were crowned after the retreat as well, and I haven't seen your commercial yet. Looks epic. Posted as well, she said, the way I paid money to go there and had to unlearn what I was taught. So basically, here's the other scandal that's afoot right now. And this is another really suspicious situation. There is this academy called Miss Academy. Basically, it helps you prepare for the Miss USA pageant, and a lot of people pay big money. A lot of contestants pay big money to go to this particular academy and take classes and whatever it is. Why? Because who owns this academy other than Crystal Stewart, who is the executive producer? She runs Miss USA, okay? She is in charge of the entire pageant. Okay, so that's why a lot of people go to Miss Academy. Basically, she's saying this is like such a scam. I paid money to go here and this is all just one crooked organization. Because here's the thing, Miss Texas, Arbany, who eventually won, also went to this academy, and we will talk a little bit more about that in a second, but she is basically the belle of the ball of this particular academy, and they were heavily posting her over and over and over. So yeah, another suspicious thing that she's just calling out. So then she said again, injustices happen when people stay silent. I will not. For the future women who have the same dream as me, I will stand up for you because you deserve better. You deserve fairness. Go off, queen. Then she reposted somebody who had posted originally and said, you cannot convince me that they didn't purposely leave out some of the strongest contestants just to make it easier on their pre-selected winner. I mean, I feel like this is a little too conspiratorial for me, I would say. I mean, I feel like it's a competition, some people have to get cut, you know what I'm saying? This makes it look a little bit bitter, I would say, but okay. And then she says, or perhaps because I didn't wear a certain sponsor's gown. Now this one I could see because, you know, it seems to be to me like these sponsors of this particular competition have a lot of sway, have a lot of say, and that's just the vibe that I'm getting based on the prizes they're getting and campaigns that they do with these women. It does suck. I thought I had one shot at Miss USA. Turns out that never existed for me or any of the rest of us. So she's like, this was a predetermined winner. Nobody had a chance. So then she reposts Caitlin Vinson. Caitlin Vinson is Miss Alabama. Okay, so she's reposting now Miss Alabama, and Miss Alabama said, I'm having trouble finding the right words. I don't think that there are the right words for the situation like this, but here's what I'll say. It's crushing and heartbreaking to have worked so hard towards a goal, only to realize you never stood a chance. I heard rumors, but held on to hope. I kept working towards my dream because I didn't want to believe it could be true. I am walking away with so much more than a crown or even a top 16 placement. The real win is the growth that comes from experiencing moments of disappointment and defeat. I'm feeling blessed to have so many sisters who are being vulnerable with their feelings. We are in this together and bonded for life. Oh, geez Louise, guys. This is getting bad. Okay, so then here's another one. Here's another one. She reposts another girl who's Miss South Carolina, who says, the way I feel stronger today, I feel stronger because I've chosen truth. I feel stronger because I've chosen not to turn a blind eye to a system filled with discrepancies. I feel stronger because I went to a competition and gave it my all, even though I knew I didn't stand a chance, because the final outcome was predetermined. If you are in a position where someone is offering you preferential treatment and you are willingly accepting it, that's on you. If you saw this as a true sisterhood, you would never comply. But because my hope is in the Lord, I will continue to pray for the people that are leading this organization. I'm so thankful to be back in my home state to serve and represent this amazing place. Oh God, it's ugly, guys. So next person who has spoken out. This is not technically a Miss USA contestant, but this is another person who is heavily involved in the pageant world and definitely would know what they're talking about, and coming with some major receipts. So this is She Can Tech on Instagram. Her name is Shannon. And so let's see what she posted on her Instagram. Lots of juicy stuff. So she posted, despite there being multiple girls competing at Miss Texas USA 2022 had trained with the Miss Academy, owned and operated by Crystal Stewart, president of Miss USA, this was the only contestant they hyped up and shared leading to their competition. She posts in here a clip of Miss Academy promoting and doing like a special little video for Albany, who was not even Miss Texas yet at that point. By the way, I went to their page and there were a lot of posts only of Albany, like just only of Albany. I mean, if you want to promote people that are in your academy, maybe that's totally normal. And I could see that being normal. I could see that. This is the post they made after Miss Texas, acknowledging there's 6 other clients who also were competing. So that was the academy that I was kind of telling you about that's owned by the president of Miss USA. So definitely, like, it seems to me at least that it's a horrible conflict of interest to have a president of a Miss USA organization also owning an academy that takes contestants' money. It's really, really odd, guys. It's really odd, I'll be honest. It does seem like there's a little bit of favoritism, you know, at the very least. Here's the other issue as well. So this was another thing. This was kind of a big thing that kind of got swept under the rug a while ago, because this has happened a little bit ago. She says, despite there being 50 other contestants crowned this year, the official Miss USA Instagram decided to post only Texas's on-stage question and answer in a reel that was quickly removed within an hour of being posted. It was then replaced with this half-ass apology. So basically what my understanding is Miss Texas did a question and answer for the Miss USA competition, or whatever it was, or maybe it was from Miss Texas, I'm not sure, but she was answering a question. First of all, people are like, this is, once again, this is overstepping the boundaries of this competition when you're posting and promoting someone's answers to your official Miss USA page. That doesn't seem very fair to anybody. That's why it probably got deleted. And then they posted this follow-up that said, as the landscape of America continues to evolve, we're proud to be an organization that remains steadfast in our position to always provide a safe environment and support for women regardless of our beliefs. It didn't really address much, but it's the only evidence that we have that that actually did happen. So that day they did actually post Miss Texas's comments, which was, once again, totally overstepping the boundaries of the competition. Makes it seem very unfair. Nobody else's Q&As have been posted. And I just want to let you guys know, because this is something that's important to this competition. It was a controversy last competition as well, because the question and answer segment is very important, and some women don't even really get the opportunity to answer good questions. When we think of the Miss USA competition, we know about this question and answer segment because that's a moment where they really get to let themselves shine and get out those answers and get out who they are and verbalize that. So it's very important, and if for somebody to be getting like additional press and getting their answers fed out to more and more people, it only kind of skews things in their favor unfairly when there's 50 other women. This is receipt number 4. The interview snippet selected by Miss USA, not the contestant, was catered towards the judges precisely. The other contestants' interview snippets were cut to either to show them defining what a woman is, what a pageant girl is, or talk about their experience competing in pageants, while Texas was the only interview snippet targeted towards the judges. So this is what she's kind of saying, like everybody else had to answer kind of dumb, stupid questions about what it means to be a pageant girl, and then she got to actually answer questions about who she is specifically, what her hobbies are, what she does in her free time, and that would directly resonate with the judges rather than like giving these other girls a good question that they could maybe potentially resonate with the judges themselves.
Wearing an outfit that I made with my own 2 hands, and I have a story behind it because my parents are my dad is from the Philippines and my mom is from Texas. I wanted to express who I am on a first impression and kind of tell a story, and I think we can all do that in a certain way.
I'm not sure about that. I don't really know if that's true or not because I didn't watch the whole Miss USA competition. I don't know if they asked everybody equally, gave them equal opportunity to tell about themselves or whatever, but anyway, okay. Then she goes on to say that there's like a lot of stuff, which I'm not totally like up to date on what's going on, but she's kind of alleging that a lot of the contestants had to buy their own advertisements for the show, which is pretty crazy. And this is interesting because, I'm the pyramid scheme anti-MLM girl. So this is what she said. This is an interesting angle. She says advertisement was something the girls had to pay for and do the heavy lifting on. They sold ads to receive incentives and even paid to be featured on the official Miss USA social media accounts. Okay, interesting. I have a lot to say on this, but we'll be brief. Name any other company where the business doesn't pay for advertising. It's the clients that pay it. Hint, pyramid schemes. Even a company like Google pays for ads, Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, but all pay for advertising, including contracting influencers who also advertise for their accounts for social media posts. So she's basically saying that these women had to pay for their own ads and had to like get themselves onto the Miss USA accounts to even get their name out there or to get any sort of publicity or whatever. And I just want to say this as well. This actually does speak to the fact that maybe the Miss USA is motivated by money. Maybe they're hurting for money, I don't know, but to make their own contestants pay for ads and try to vie for ads on there, it does seem very weird. And it would kind of lend itself to the idea that they are motivated by money, they're driven by money, and they will, that pretty much is the name of the game in terms of this competition. And it would also allude to politics as well. If this is true, this also is not a good look that once again, they are posting about Arbany a little bit more than the other contestants, you know what I'm saying? So, okay. I'm not totally sure about like some of the other stuff she's saying about like something about t-shirts and having to buy their own stuff. There's definitely some talk about like sponsored gowns, only being allowed to bring one evening gown, but some people brought extra or something like that. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. This is what I was gonna tell you about. This is another one that's really interesting. So she also talks about the Nizuc Resort and Spa. All right, so she brings that one up again, but she shows the actual prize package that I was discussing earlier, the Miss Texas USA 2022 prize package. So the $10,000 towards services from Mia Plastic Surgery. If you notice at the bottom as well, private coaching package to include walking interview, hair, makeup, and styling, and fitness from Miss Academy. So she won that when she won Miss Texas. So that would obviously help her, and it's probably not a good look. This is why I say it's a conflict of interest. I don't know why Crystal Stewart would own something like this or have her name attached to an academy that's directly linked to Miss USA and has a lot of, Miss USA pipeline candidates. It's really, really not a great look, but she's circling Mia Plastic Surgery because then she goes on to say that Mia Plastic Surgery, she links the two together. They started a partnership in January 2022. Texas was flown to the resort sometime in July, August. The video ad congratulating Miss USA debuted for the first time today, which was yesterday. Definitely odd, and they did post Miss Texas at the resort back in August 1st. So there's the receipts from that. She also posted, again, Miss USA sponsors Mia Beauty, Mia Plastic Surgery, whatever. So a lot to do with the sponsors, guys. It's definitely getting a little bit hairy up in here. That's for sure. And she also shows another thing, okay? Not kind of interesting, kind of weird. She shows the Mia Plastic Surgery, the owner of Mia Plastic Surgery, who is this Dr. Fee Wen, and he's out of Houston, Texas, and he was posting all on his Instagram account, which apparently is called the Pageant Doc, and he was posting a ton about Miss Texas specifically, and then he was sitting actually next to Crystal Stewart at the pageant event, which was really interesting as well. That was a little suspicious for sure. He was posting a lot about Miss Texas. It's just not a great look. Like, if we're trying to portray that this is a totally unbiased competition, no politics involved, all of this just doesn't really, it doesn't look great, guys. It doesn't look great, I'll be honest. Anyway, I also wanted to show you this last one because there's been, you know, things are happening really, really fast. So far we've had a lot of women speak up who are Miss USA or Miss USA fans or pageant, you know, people who are pillars in the pageant community. And then finally there was one that just recently happened that I want to show you. And this is, and once again, Call Me Jazz got the scoop on this one.
A few more Miss USA 2022 contestants have posted their thoughts and opinions, so let's take a look. Miss Ohio 2022, who I believe was fourth runner-up at the Miss USA 2022 competition, posted this little screenshot of a message.
She said, "We put so much time and effort into this organization. Just to openly humiliate us like that is crazy." And she said, "No one ever wants to look like a clown, but to feel like one too hits a little different." And this was posted to Miss Ohio's personal Instagram account. I went to go look for this and it was taken down as far as I saw. So this was like tweeted and deleted.
And then basically insinuates that they were made to look like clowns and they felt like clowns. Again, no really context to it. Still just insinuating, you know, what everyone else has kind of commented, but nothing has been confirmed.
Miss Ohio is also different as well because, you know, the other women that have spoken out, I don't think that they placed as high. Miss Ohio, she got 4th place. I mean, she's the highest ranking so far that has come out and said something negative about this particular competition, you know? So it's not looking good, guys. It's really not looking good. She said, Miss Alabama posted, "Accountability. I was raised to be a class act, but to speak up when I see injustice. Thank you for sharing this and thank you for hearing us. Women are supposed to be empowered in this industry and instead we have been used as puppets and props. More love." Oh, Jesus Christ, a living. Yeah, so those are, you know, the other people that have spoken up. I mean, this is happening really fast. Like I said, this like happened last night and yesterday pretty much. So there's a lot of stuff coming out every day. And you know, as more people come out, I'm sure even more people will come out. God, I don't know what to say. Really, it would be weird for me to say that it was rigged. I would definitely say, you know, to the contestants that feel slighted and feel like something is fishy, I have to validate that it does look very strange from a lot of different angles. And there are many things that I feel definitely that happen this competition that do not seem fair and they do not seem just, and I would be very unhappy if I was a contestant who spent all my time and money and years of my life competing in this one particular competition to feel like I had never actually had a chance, which many of them are expressing right now. So I totally validate 100% those suspicions and those oddities and that unfairness and that kind of guttural feeling that they're feeling. It definitely feels like something's been off. Like I said, none of them are saying anything negative about Albany specifically, which is good because we don't know, and you know, speculation is not typically productive, although it is fun sometimes. So anyway, I am glad though that, you know, none of the contestants seem to be discrediting Albany, the winner of Miss USA, the current Miss USA, which is good. As far as we know right now, she has nothing to do with this, and it's unfortunate that this is sort of clouding her win and, you know, making it seem like maybe illegitimate or something like that. But yeah, so it's just a crazy situation. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I think we kind of have to just sit back and wait for more to come out. I mean, there's just been a ton of cheating scandals. It's hard to stay on top of them. There is something in the air. There really is. I'm happy to report the news. I'm happy to report the news. Guys, that is it for this video. I've talked way too long and I want you guys to know that it is free to subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you nothing. So if you are not subscribed, subscribe now, okay? Subscribe now. And I will say this as well, I do commentary videos. So if you like this kind of video, there's more in the pipeline, more coming for you, right? So just subscribe, like this video, share it if you want to. It helps me out. And I will see you guys in my next video.